All right. Hey guys, welcome to our last power plan. Nope, I'm a liar. We'll have one next week. Our last week, basically, to power plan for February. We'll have one next Sunday that will have a little bit of time for you to finish up what's left of February and then kick off March. But tonight we're going to focus on this last solid week of February. It's a short month, and in sales, when it's a short month, you can tell because those 2 days make a really big difference. So we are going to start with our rate of run. So where my calculator went, there it is. So what I need you to do, hopefully you guys all brought your 5, 4, 3, 2, 1s, your blank sheets for the week, and that you have maybe a secondary device that you can use because we're going to log into our cloud office. Let's see, log it in. All right, and right there on your very first page, on that main page of your cloud, you're going to scroll down to where you see business snapshot, and you're going to click that arrow that's next to it so it drops down lots more information for you. Under qualifications, you're going to look for where it says current QV. The dollar amount that you see right there is what you and everybody in your downline has done so far this month. So you and all of your promoters and their promoters and all of your customers and those customers and customer referrals, everybody is in that one total. So you're going to take that dollar amount and you're going to divide it by 20 because today is the 20th day of the month. So you're now looking at a much smaller number at this point. This is the average that you and your team have done on a day-to-day basis. So if you keep that average, that smaller number, and you multiply it by 28 because there will be 28 days of the month, you are now looking at what they call your rate of run, what you are projected to end the month at. So this is not a concrete number by any means. So if it looks really good, don't be like, woohoo, and sit back and relax. It's not a guaranteed thing. If it looks bad, don't be devastated because you still have time to make the difference here. So we have 8 solid full days left, plus a couple hours tonight. So I love rate of run because it is a perfect tool for you to use, especially when you're in between ranks. When somebody's looking at I hit 12K last month and I'm trying to hit 40K now, a lot of times they won't celebrate hitting $30,000 in volume, or they won't celebrate even hitting $22,000 in volume because it's not a rank. Well, it doesn't matter. It's an increase in volume and it's business, and it all comes back to the dollars when it's in business. So I love rate of run because it shows you where you are, and you can always use rate of run as your goal line to keep pushing you forward. Every single month, you want to get that daily average up so that you can, finally get to whatever goal it is you have. So I always like to start with rate of run. This far in, we only have one auto ship left for the month. So this is a pretty accurate number. So for those of you that are looking at different bonuses, maybe it's 4K or 12K or whatever it is that you might be chasing, look at this number and look at it hard. And it's going to tell you if you need to really up your game or if you are on point. So that's where we're starting. Okay. So I am actually going to be going out of town, and I thought I would just share with you guys what I do before I go out of town to really get ready, because I don't want to leave. I want to leave and have fun, but I don't want to leave my business behind, if that makes sense. So we talk all the time about the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 sheets when we're planning for the week ahead. And so what I do before I go on vacation, and I just thought I would share it with you, is I already have all of next week's printed out. I have the following week printed out. I actually have the next I have the next 4 weeks pre-printed with the dates on them. And I'm going to walk you guys through it tonight, like how I use it before I leave. Because how many of you have ever gone on a trip and you're like, okay, I'm going to get this done every morning. I'm going to get that done every morning. And I don't need to write that stuff down because it's what I do every day at home. And I'm going to do this. I'll totally have this figured out. That's a lie. That's a lie. You all know that, right? You've all probably done that. And then you got there and then you're like, what was I going to do? And no, it's already like 4 o'clock in the afternoon. And oh, wow, what? So what we're going to do, I'm just going to walk you through. I am prepping my 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 sheet for next week. And I'm going to walk you through that with me. So before I go into next week, I need to have this week's in front of me, because on this list, I have all of my reach outs I've done. I have all of my new people I've added on, whether it's Facebook or Instagram or met them in a restaurant, whatever, however you find different people. Those names will be getting transferred ahead onto next week's sheet. So you need to have your current sheet with you because, so for example, on Valentine's Day, I reached out to a gal by the name of Sydney. So I'm going to put Sydney on my follow-up sheet. Probably she and I didn't have a ton of conversation. So I might move her to maybe Saturday the 26th. I'm going to move her name so that I don't forget to follow up with her. Because if I don't write that down and I don't have this sheet in front of me, or heck, if I'm in Mexico and I have this sheet in front of me, I'm not going to remember who I was supposed to talk to on what day. I'm just not. I'm being honest. I'll be on vacation. I'll be in the best mood ever, and I'll forget who I'm supposed to talk to. So I will actually go through and transfer those names onto my follow-up list of anyone that I want to continue a conversation with. Now, when I say I had a conversation with Sydney, we did not have a conversation about Thrive. I am not reaching out to people on Facebook saying, hey, girl, have you heard about Thrive? Hey, girl, you want to try my stuff? I reached out to Sydney because she got a new puppy. And I commented on her picture, how cute the puppy was. And then I immediately went into Messenger and I was like, I am so in love with this dog. What breed is it? And what person is not going to want to tell you about their new dog, right? So she went into this whole thing about the new dog. And I was like, oh my gosh, puppy land. How are you guys doing? Are you getting plenty of sleep? Like what's your, do you have a schedule? So we started talking about that. And then in there, she mentioned that it's not going to matter that they have a puppy because she's not been getting enough sleep anyway. Oh, interesting. So that's why I have her on my sheet to follow up with. So again, I didn't jump right in there and say, hey, I got the perfect thing for sleep, because I don't care what we sell. Nothing is going to help somebody sleep when a puppy's in the house. But I'm going to follow up with her at the end of next week and be like, hey, how's it going with the puppy? How are you doing? Eventually we will get to the part where I'm like, you mentioned that you weren't even sleeping before the puppy came. Have you ever thought about trying something to help you sleep better? The moment will come if you allow it to come and if you get there and you build that relationship. But if you just reach out to Sydney on day one and say, hey girl, have you heard of my Thrive? She is busy cleaning up dog pee and not well rested. She is not going to receive your message. And why would she? Like, you know nothing about her, right? So when I say I'm doing a reach out and I'm doing a follow-up, I am not attacking somebody with my Thrive business. I'm finding out what's going on in their life and building off of that. Okay, so those names will get pulled forward. And I did go ahead before I got on here because I don't want to make you guys suffer through all of that. The next thing that I have to put on my list for next week, and I got halfway done before I got on here, I go ahead and I write down everyone's birthday for if I need to do a birthday reach out. And I want to talk to you guys about birthday reach outs. Just because, so backstory, we're doing a boot camp on my team, and it is coming to my attention that even though we talk about a lot of stuff on Zooms, it doesn't trickle its way down. And a lot of people don't really know when I say birthday reach out, what the heck I'm talking about. So I'm going to explain to you what I'm talking about. On Facebook specifically, let me take a break. Facebook will tell you whose birthday has passed, whose birthday is today, and whose birthday is coming up. It's the upcoming birthdays that I love to go to because I like to have people's names written down before. Could I log into Facebook every day and search birthdays and send out the birthdays? I could. Yes, I could. However, if you are like me and I go to get on Facebook to send out a birthday message, and then I'm talking to someone else about something unrelated, and then a reel pops up about this cute couch that someone got, and the next thing you know, I'm on freaking target.com and I've not done a single birthday reach out. So I know me. So what I like to do is go ahead of time and write down everyone's names. And let's talk about birthdays. So I go into Facebook and in the search bar, I just type in the word birthdays and it will pop up like an option for birthdays. Click on the birthday button. It's telling me right now who all's birthdays were today, whose birthday was a couple of days ago, recent birthdays, blah, blah, blah. You keep scrolling and it just depends. Sometimes you'll have a ton of birthdays and sometimes you won't. So now I'm looking at upcoming birthdays. So of these upcoming birthdays, for example, on Tuesday, Tuesday is probably the best example. The first person that popped up, her name is Cindy Tanner. Cindy is an awesome person. I love her to death. She is a thriver on our team already under someone else. So I will say happy birthday to Cindy, but I'm not putting her name on my sheet because she's not a prospective thriver for me. So if I get to Cindy's birthday tomorrow, great. If I don't, it's not going to affect my business. Now, I adore her and I will send her one, but I'm not writing her name down. The next person is a girl by the name of Courtney Coleman, also another lovely human being who also happens to be a thriver on our team already. I am not writing her name down. So just because you send someone a birthday message, if they're already a thriver, That's a very kind thing for you to do, but don't put that on your sheet. This sheet is called income producing activities for a reason. Okay. Now, it could be debated if you're a leader, you reach out and you tell happy birthday to your team. Yes, maybe that makes them feel warm and fuzzy. Maybe it makes them like you even more. That's great, but I still don't put their name down because I'm looking for people who are not thriving. People who aren't thriving are who go on my list. So I go ahead and I've already got my birthdays written down. Some of these birthdays will be considered reach outs because they're non-thrivers completely. And then, like I said, some of these might be somebody who thrived. Like this one girl, her birthday is Wednesday. She thrived a couple years ago. She's kind of fallen off the wagon. So I'm treating her as a follow-up because I'm trying to get that relationship going with her again, trying to figure out what's going on in her life. So her name goes on that sheet. So I will, when I get on my airplane, I will already have this filled out with everybody I want to follow up with and everyone's upcoming birthday. I will also have in my social media post notes, which we talked about this last week. So if you weren't on here last week, you can go to my YouTube and you can find that. But I will have, like, for example, on Monday, it'll say Makeover Monday, saved in draft. Or it might say motivational quote, screenshot. I tell myself what I'm posting and where to find it because I batch as much as possible. And it might even say real and black sweater to remind myself which draft it was that I've saved that I'm using on Motivational Monday. Again, this sheet is to keep track of what you're doing, but it can also be treated as a calendar so that you don't even have to think about what you're doing. There are so many of us that have other jobs. I have other jobs. My husband and I own 2 other companies. We are busy people and we like it that way. But if I just woke up every day and thought, who am I going to talk to today? That's not going to cut it. Because again, I will end up on target.com somehow. I will literally go in to talk to someone and before I know it, there's a TikTok or something that sends me the wrong way. So I have to know where I'm going. And I've used this example before. So if you've heard it, I'm sorry, but I'm going to share it again. A dentist does not walk into the office on Tuesday afternoon and think, I hope somebody shows up today. I hope somebody needs a crown. I hope somebody needs their teeth cleaned. They know who's coming. They know what time they're coming. They know what procedure they're having done and how much time they need with that person. They are planning ahead. And that's how you should treat your 5, 4, 3, 2, 1s. Print them out ahead of time. Always have 3 to 4 weeks printed out together. Because again, when you're talking to someone, so let's pretend that girl I talked to about her puppy, let's pretend that she said, I am having the best day ever because we are getting ready to go on a 3-week holiday to Australia. Well, I am not going to waste my time trying to send her messages for 3 weeks because she is not going to pay attention to anybody because she's going to be having the best trip of her life. But I can flip 3, 4 weeks ahead and I can write her name down. Here's the thing. It is wonderful to write their names down. But if you only write their name down and you're like, check, I wrote 5 names down. I reached out to 5 people today. Okay, now what are you going to do? If you just write those names down and you don't carry them forward, then you're just filling out a sheet of paper and hopefully having some good conversations. I don't know, but I don't know how you're going to keep track of who you've spoken with. And I am old school. I have tried apps. I have tried client software because we have those with some of our other companies. And when it comes to Thrive, for whatever reason, for me, pen to paper is hands down the winner. I can put notes about somebody, like it says right here next to Sydney, new puppy. I try to keep notes. My handwriting is horrific and no one can really probably understand what's written down but me, but that's okay because it's my sheets. So I want to encourage you to not just print your 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 for this week, print them for the whole month. Always keep printing extra and add them to the pile. And I know some people will take the completed ones and put them in a 3-ring binder. I'm not fancy. I just have those big fat paper clips and I just clip them together. Okay, so batching content, like I said, we talked about that a lot last week, so I'm not going to do that today, but that is also what will be written down. Now, tomorrow I may get on and I may have 2 predetermined batch ideas or quotes or whatever for the whole week, but I still am going to, I might still need to write the post, but at least I don't have to stop and think, what am I going to talk about? So like when it comes to Testimonial Tuesday, before my head hits the pillow tonight, I will have found a testimony somewhere, whether it's on the Lavelle fan page and my customer page, on our team page, where somebody talks about this is what Thrive has done for them, and I will screenshot that. So that'll be, so again, Testimonial Tuesday, screenshot saved on phone. Like I will tell myself so I don't have to look for that. Because if you are busy, like I know you all are, and you only get maybe a 30-minute break here, or you get your hour lunch break, or you get 20 minutes before the kids get home from school, you got to be able to use that time, like use it well. For me, this big planning thing happens on Sundays because that works with my schedule. Some people, Sunday is like a super busy day and they need to do it on Thursday afternoon. You pick what day works for you, but just make sure when you're power planning, you're not just printing out a calendar and you're not just ready for the week. Like truly get ready for the week. Who are you talking to this week? What are you talking about? Now, the next thing I want to talk about is the two names added to the leads list, because this is another one that I am discovering that people don't understand exactly what it means. To me, 2 names added to your leads list. If I know you, you're on my leads list, unless you're a thriver. That's all there is to it. I don't know. I hope that doesn't sound salesy or weird, but if you aren't a thriver, you eventually, hopefully will be, if I spend enough time with you and talk with you and I find out how I can help you some way, shape, or form with Thrive. And think about that. People that you know and love, let's say one of your friends from high school puts a Facebook post out, I need a plumber. And you have a cousin's uncle's friend that's a great plumber. You don't think twice to be like, hey, Sally, I haven't seen you in 10 years, but my friend Bob, he's an amazing plumber. Connection, done. You don't think twice. I don't think twice about that. I always want to help people. So you're that plumber. Like when somebody says, I can't sleep, you're the girl, right? When somebody says I'm dragging, I'm living off of coffee, you're the girl. So yeah, everyone to me is considered a potential, like you're a lead to me. Now I will tell you a trap that I have fallen into, and I have dug myself out every single day in February. I have been diligent with it and it has made a huge difference already, just A, in my mindset, and B, in the activity. I do not go 24 hours without sending a friend request to at least 5 people. I'm not sending 50 a day. I don't want Facebook shutting me down. I am sending 5 a day. Now, why do I send 5 a day? Because some days you're going to send 5 and no one's going to friend you back. And then the next day you're going to send 5 and maybe somebody will friend you. And then the third day you send 5 and 2 people from day one friend you. Just because you send the request doesn't mean they're going to friend you. But if you don't put that out there, they aren't going to friend you at all because they don't even know you exist. Now, how do I friend people? And I've shared this with my team before. I used to be I would go into like junior high, braces, zits, pigtail, like, oh my God, they're not going to like me. What am I going to do? If I click this button, they're going to think I'm weird. It's not like that. So all I do, and I have an Android and I checked with my iPhone people today. If you go onto Facebook, and if you have a secondary device, please do this now with me. Go onto Facebook and actually go to your page, like click your little face and go to your page. Scroll just a little bit. Oh, crap. I switched over my thing today too. Okay. Somewhere in there, you're going to see where it says friends. And then on my phone, because I'm an Android, once I click the friends, I have recently added or just my whole friends list. Or you also have a menu where it says suggested or people you may know. All the phones are slightly different. And I literally just switched my thing over to creator this afternoon. And mine is totally different now, TJ. TJ and Samantha helped me figure out that iPhones were the same. And now I've totally gone and messed my own phone up. But anyway, so what I do, because somebody asked me when they're like, I don't want to send friend requests to total strangers. Well, A, welcome to sales. B, if Facebook suggests a person to you, it's because, well, first of all, Facebook knows. Facebook knows, right? They know who you know. I mean, it'll pop up and be like, you have 97 mutual friends. And I'm like, well, we might even be related at this point. I don't know this person, but clearly I know her somehow. I click add friend, add friend, add friend. So if it's in the Facebook suggestion and it says we have mutual friends, I click add friend. Now, I will tell you for the longest time, I would not add anybody. I would literally click on the person's face. I would go through their mutual friends. And if I saw they were friends with other thrivers, I wouldn't friend them. First of all, that took a lot of time. Secondly, let me tell you this, friend them. Maybe they are friends with your other thriver and maybe they've been thinking about thriving, but they're just not sure. But then now this other girl that they just friended, she also thrives. Heck yeah, that's the third party validation they needed. And now they sign up with the person they already knew. It's okay, friend them, because as you friend them, you'll be open to their friends, so on and so forth. So I literally used to go through their profile, do all that stuff I said, be super nervous, want to throw up and vomit. And now I literally go, friends you may know, and I'm like, add friend, add friend, add friend, add friend, add friend, done. And every single day since I've started this, the first 3 or 4 days, it was kind of crickets, because believe it or not, some people do not live on their phone and they do not live on Facebook. I have a girlfriend who only has Facebook on her iPad. It blows me away. I'm like, what? She's like, yeah, I took it off my phone. I'm like, oh my gosh. So somebody may not check their friend requests for 4 or 5 days. But now that I've done 5 every day for 20 days, every single day, I'm waking up to 3 to 5 new friends. That's where I'm adding these names. So if I add this Amy girl and this Brittany girl on Monday, guess who I reach out to first on Tuesday? And remember, when I say I reach out to them, I am not saying, hey girl, have you heard about Thrive? I'm going on their social media. I'm doing the old 3, 2, 1. I'm liking 3 pictures. I'm commenting on 2. And if they have a story, I will go in and interact with their story somehow. A lot of my people don't have stories. I find the people that I know that have stories tend to be in network marketing or sales of some sort. So what I will do is, one of the comments that I've made on one of those pictures, I will then, think like, okay, so I just said, so earlier today, a girlfriend and me, or yesterday, so I got on her page today, she had just been prom dress shopping with her daughter. Remember, me and this girl have a lot of mutual friends. I'm sure I've seen her at some point in time. I don't remember her. But the dress was beautiful. And I even said, what a gorgeous color on her. She just looks beautiful. Then I went into Messenger and said, I saw that dress that your daughter had on. Can you tell me where you were shopping? I have another friend looking for prom dresses and she's struggling to find what she's looking for. Yes, absolutely. Here's where we went shopping. We had a great experience. Our salesperson was blah, blah, blah. Like, get people talking. That's all you have to do is get people talking. So again, the very next sentence is not, oh, great, thanks for the information on the dress. Hey, have you heard of Thrive? But I have just opened up a connection with this girl. Now that works 2 ways. Number one, she friended me yesterday and probably thought, do I know her? We have mutual friends. She probably had the exact same thought I had. So now she's like, wait, I must know her. And she did say something nice to me. And she asked me a nice question. So she's not a scary person. She didn't try to sell me anything. How many of you guys get friend requests and you immediately go look at the person's page and you're like, oh, hell no. All they want to do is sell me something. I can already tell. I can see it on their page. Everything is about their company, everything. So I won't even friend them back. So on occasion, I will miss those clues. And the very first thing someone does is send me a message. And I love when people say, hey, have you heard about my nutritional product? That's my favorite one to reply to. That's my absolute favorite. As a matter of fact, I have heard of it. We outsell it 10 to 1. I'm just kidding. I have said that before, though. I can be mean sometimes. But so if you have these nice conversations with people, they're not afraid of you anymore. They will keep you on their friends list. And because we had a conversation in Messenger, now Facebook is like, oh, hey, they found each other and they are talking. They must want to see each other's stuff. So that's how she is now going to start getting sprinkled Thrive into her feed, because I'm going to talk about other things, but I'm also going to talk about Thrive. So she's going to start seeing that, but that's not all she's going to see, right? So please make sure you're not attacking people with your Thrive. If you open, like I will do this self-check every blue moon, I will just open up my Facebook page and I will just start scrolling. And I will just, what's happening here? If there's been a trip announced, if there's been a promo, sometimes your feed will become nothing but Thrive. And you've got to be careful for that. I will actually go in and hide stuff off of my timeline. Like, I want it celebrated in the moment. It's floating around on Facebook. That's great and good. And people can see it, but I take it off my timeline because I don't want someone to go to my timeline and be like, I know nothing about Tammy, but I see 8 different people that are making triple commission, whatever the heck that means. Because you have to remember, when we make those shout outs and we do those graphics and we are so excited, it is literally another language to people outside of the business. They have no idea. We're all like, oh my gosh, triple commission. They're like, okay, what does that mean? I don't even know what that means. Like, did you get triple one paycheck? Are you getting triple for the rest of your life? Like, were you making $2 and now you're making $6? Like, I don't know. So I try not to let my Facebook become that. I want Facebook to be me. If you guys don't have a list already of 5 things that you are the queen of. So if I met you at a cocktail party and I said, talk to me about this, and you could just do it. You could just get excited and start talking about it. What are those 5 things? My team laughs, but mine are right here. This is the same poor little paper they've been on forever. Dog mom, wife, small business owner, gardener, and travel obsessed. Those are, if you corner me and ask me about my dogs, you better be ready to stay there for quite a while because I'm going to talk your head off. If you ask me for tips on small business, you're going to be there for a really long time. Those are the things that you need to make sure if someone goes to your Facebook page, they start putting that together. Now, your personality can come out at the same time. I mean, I don't take life too seriously, and I think you can see that on my Facebook page, but it might be a joke about a dog, or it might be a meme about owning a small business. So you'll see humor with it, but it's based on the things that I am comfortable talking about. Also, really quickly, one more thing to throw out there while you're having communications with people because please remember, when you're making a Facebook post, you are communicating with people like that. You are communicating. So it's not the same as being in Messenger necessarily, but you are communicating. So what I have been trying to remind myself, especially on my reels, when I do reels, because I just think reels are funny. Like, I love the funny ones. But I remind myself, if I was a person who needed Thrive and I was scrolling through TikTok, Insta, whatever, what would catch my eye? Well, back before I became a Thriver, I was tired all the time. So if somebody talked about being tired all the time, that would have caught my eye. If someone was talking about going on a trip and hustling to earn a car, I was too exhausted to take care of myself, more or less chase a car bonus. So that would not have caught my attention. So when I'm making a post or I'm making a reel or I'm even telling a story, I try to remember who I'm talking to. I love all of you. Thrivers are the most fun. We have the best times at trips and at conventions, but I'm not talking to you guys on my social media. I'm trying to talk to the people who need Thrive. So keep that in mind when you're planning out your reach outs, when you're planning out your posts, when you're trying to add people to your list. If, like, sometimes I will look at somebody and be like, gosh, that's a mom of 4. I don't have children. So I'll immediately be like, well, they're not going to have anything in common with me. I don't know. Now I just click the damn button, right? I'm going to send her a friend request. She's either going to friend me back or she's not. Either way, a mom of 4, she's tired. There's no way. A mom of 1 is going to be tired. But so don't second guess yourself and don't second guess the potential you have to help somebody. Always try to put yourself back in the moment before you became a Thriver. What were you feeling? What were you looking for? And remember, you were not, most likely, unless you're somebody who came in just for the business. Maybe you were in network marketing and you wanted another network marketing. Those people are out there. So I'm not saying those posts don't have validity to them, but the majority of people are who you used to be. So what would have caught your attention back when you did that? And again, a hey girl, have you heard about my Thrive? That would not have caught my attention at all. I might have deleted somebody for that. But if someone was like, hey, I saw, you I don't know, you moved, or I saw you went on vacation, or I saw that sweater you had on in the picture. Where'd you get it? Or whatever. I'll have that conversation. I like to talk to people. Have you ever been to this restaurant? Or, hey, I saw you were at this restaurant. Was it good? Would you recommend it? That's a conversation I'm willing to have with somebody. So you have to remember, it's like dating, right? You don't just do everything on that first date, right? So you don't want to do that when you're reaching out to people, and you don't want to do that on your Facebook post or your Instagram post either. You want to ease in there, people. But so with all, I know I talked about a lot tonight, but I just the one thing I want you to definitely take away from this is to please have more than 1, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 in front of you. Make sure you have this week's plus the next few weeks. Be intentional about the names. If you took the time out of your life, your busy life, if you took 20 minutes away from your family to do reach outs yesterday, don't just have those names written down yesterday. Go back, look at those names. What did you talk about? Who actually has some potential? Who did you see that that mom of four that maybe you just talked about who took their family photos? That's a mom of four. Like who, and then take those names and then put them on your follow-up sheet for anywhere from 10 to 14 days. And again, when you follow up, just peek on them, check in on them, or maybe, that example alone. Maybe somebody tells you who they took their family photos with. Hey, I just wanted to tell you, we booked our appointment with that same girl. I'm super excited. Thank you for the information. Like whatever, just be who you are, build relationships, and the right people are going to come to you because you're going to be ready for the right people. If you are constantly, hey girl, hey girl, hey girl, it's like spraying bug spray right in people's face. People don't want that. I didn't want it. I'm sure most of you wouldn't have wanted if that's how somebody came to you. So be intentional. If you take the time to do the reach out, don't waste that time in the future. Make that time count by moving those names forward. And again, if you are like me and you struggle because social media is so much freaking fun and it's easy to get distracted, write down your birthday reach outs. Write down who has an auto ship coming up. I totally forgot that part already. So we have an auto ship on the 25th. Let's do that really quick before we get off here. I'm sorry, I'm going over on time. Ooh, get back into your cloud for me. Get logged in. This time you're actually going to need the menu. So click on the menu. You're going to go to My Team, go down to My Customers. At the very top where it says customer name, customer email, scroll to the far right, and the box that says next auto ship, click that box twice. It will now populate all your auto ships by date. You want to go through, and anybody that has a 2/25/22, 2/25/22, that name needs to be on your follow-up list for tomorrow. Now, that's a thriver, right? That's somebody who's got product coming. Maybe they auto shipped every month for the last 15 years, which whatever. Or maybe this will be their first ever auto ship. Or maybe it's their sixth. I don't care. If they're getting an auto ship, you are going to reach out to them. I always check in on them first. I peek at their social media, or I look to see what we talked about last time. Follow up on something like that. Maybe the last time we talked, they were feeling great. They were headed out to take care of their mom. Maybe their mom fell. Hey, how's your mom doing? How's all that happening? Great, good. You've been feeling good. All right, I just want to remind you, you're eligible for your auto ship on the 25th. Now's the time. Should we bump anything up? Do you want to change anything? How about a new flavor? Have the conversation then. Again, make it natural. And you guys remember, I always remind people this, but and I know what it feels like when you reach out to someone and they're like, oh, I don't want my auto ship. Like you're like, ugh. And then there's the part of you that's like, I should not have contacted them because I should have just let it run. But no, because remember, that's okay. What date works better for you? Would March 5th or March 10th be better for you? We have options. We have a vanishing auto ship, which means it can go away. They don't get penalized, but we also have the ability to change the date. Maybe somebody's in a real pickle. Maybe something happened. Maybe their dog had to go to the vet the other day and is now going to cost them a lot of freaking money next week. Maybe that was just me. You never know, but somebody could move. And so again, you are offering them customer service. You're not just there to take their money. So if it's not working out for them on the 25th of February, what would work? What would work best? And, sometimes people, I went on vacation and forgot to take it. I've got extra. Oh, blah, blah. Okay, well, what do you have extra of? Sometimes people have too many shakes for whatever reason. Sometimes they didn't take their capsules. You can change the auto ship, but you have to tell them that. They don't know that. Again, that's all Greek to them. So make sure, because you have that coming up. And then just tomorrow is President's Day. Maybe Lavelle will do something, maybe not. Maybe you could do your own kind of promo. There's a fast start training tomorrow. Trying to think. And then on Friday, the big launch party will be in Punta Cana. So you're definitely going to be hanging out. If you're not going to be in Punta Cana hanging out, you want to be hanging out near your social media, near your team page, near your team chat, whatever it is, and get ready for all the details of the products that are dropping, because they're going to do all of that in Punta Cana. They'll get that first, and then they'll trickle that down to us. And then the one thing I would love to ask of all of you on here, because this is what I have learned the most in the last week, if you could really quickly, as soon as we get off this Zoom, if you have a team chat or you have a team page, go directly to your team chat or team page and share with them something that I shared with you tonight that you A, had never thought of, B, didn't know existed, or C, remind them about Punakana's launch this week. If you have anybody under you, whether it's one person or 100 people, please go to your team chat or your team page and share that. I have been lying to myself, telling myself that because I do a team Zoom on Monday nights that everyone on my team knows all this stuff, but they don't. My levels 3, 4s, and 5s, they don't know me. They're not going to listen to me, but they're going to listen to their leader. So if you have a chat or a team page, please do that for me right now. Help your team by helping, like it'll help you, obviously. And with that, I'll be back next Sunday. Bye.